Yuji's unlocking his true power with a demon god awakening, as his eyes now match Sukuna's. Yuji becoming enlightened has arrived. Not only will he use 120% of his maximum potential that Black Flash provides, but knowing that Gojo immediately learned RCT and Hollow Purple after his awakening, we can only imagine what Yuji will do, such as doing Black Flash at will and making his soul attack stronger, unlocking a higher level of blood manipulation, or buffing everything he does by 2.5 times. We can't forget awakening Sukuna's curse technique, as Gojo claimed he would, knowing that he's a curse object soaked in Sukuna's energy. Or even better, his own domain expansion. Since domain is a reflection of your soul, Black Flash does this very thing, as seen with Mahito learning his true essence through it and then evolving. We see Sukuna get a hold of Yuji and tries to kill him, but gets hit with piercing blood. In chapter 220, Choso said that his brothers will live inside him, which meant that he had ingested all of the remaining siblings, imbuing their powers within him. So as Yuji escapes, Sukuna notices that he has entered the zone. The narrator recalls that Mahito sensed it, which means Sukuna with his elite Jujutsu saw it coming as well. Except he didn't see LaRue jumping in. His curse technique not only allows him to grab a physical body, but if he has grabbed hold of someone, he can grab their heart too. This means the consciousness of that person for a moment falls in love with LaRue, as we see the king's eyes literally change into huge hearts. Bruh, you're telling me Sukuna's letting this man escape? He said love is worthless.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
As a result, Yuji lands the biggest Black Flash in history. This panel was fire! Ladies and gentlemen, Yuji's promise from chapter 214 is being fulfilled. As the king said, the helpless have no choice but to swallow the suffering life gives them. In return, Yuji claimed to make Sukuna swallow his own and stifle his misery. Maybe we're finally getting the flashback of what Sukuna meant that he is from back then, and why is Yuji so strong? The narrator states that Yuji has awakened by unlocking his potential through Black Flash, ending on the most gassed up Shakespeare-ass note ever. Even the light of hope shines black.
This is peak.
Now, this is linked to Yuji's realization of one's existence as body, mind, and soul, where it sharpens each and every sense mentioned in chapter 37. The difference between sorcerers that have experienced Black Flash to those that haven't is like heaven and earth, as the core of curse energy is being understood. This gives Yuji an advantage as he can almost use it as will. Using Black Flash at will is completely busted, as Black Flash restores curse energy reserves and makes the sorcerer regain all their stats, such as reverse curse technique. This means Yuji would be able to keep getting up to fight Sukuna because of his indomitable soul, just as the king mentioned in chapter 248, where his ideal to kill him is actually possible, as Sukuna hit our with the 4th Black Flash. But the man who has fists rated E for everyone makes a comeback. Yuji lands another punch where Choso states it doesn't matter how many times Sukuna hits a Black Flash and regains his bloody momentum, because Yuji's hurting Sukuna's curse energy output, and the control over Megami's body will get dull. It's weakened him to the point where randoms are surviving Black Flashes from the king. If Gojo could knock out Sukuna, how is he not doing the same against fodder like LaRue? This explains why he and Miguel can so much as think about escaping. There's no way Sukuna is letting them run away after interfering to this extent and disrespecting him. To come into the fight, be introduced for one chapter, and leave as if nothing happened seems a bit odd, unless you're Gege and planning to cook.
I can see what they're doing, what he's doing. is cooking.
Sukuna declared his intention to take down every single person who stands up against him and chop up their ideals. Even at 15 fingers, no one dared to disobey him, instead preferring to gamble on a freaking meteor dropping on them to escape to safety during the Shibuya incident. This means that the only place these two are seeing next is Shoko's treatment chamber, fam.
I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it.